Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can use your inventory and resources in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Let's start with inventory. Your inventory is how many items you can hold at a given time. You start out with 20 slots, which is not a lot considering that several of those slots are occupied by necessary tools. You can add 10 slots by buying an upgrade from the Nook Stop for 5,000 Nook Miles. 40 slots for an additional 8,000 Nook Miles can also be purchased as well. Expanding your inventory is one of the best investments you can make in the game, as even with 40 slots, you'll still be wishing you had more space to carry resources. Now we're going to talk about resources. Just like in real life, there are multiple types of resources that have value in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Bells. Bells are the basic currency on your island. These can be used to upgrade your house, purchase DIY recipes, flowers, saplings, clothing, tools, furniture items, and much more. Nook Miles. Think of these as reward points. Nook Miles can be exchanged for items. Nook Miles are not rewarded for buying or selling things, but for unlocking achievements and claiming them through the Nook Miles app on your phone. They are worth collecting because they can score your unique items as well as valuable Nook Miles tickets, which allow you to go on mystery island tours and gather more bells and resources. Basic materials. A major part of Animal Crossing is the various DIY recipes that allow you to build your own furniture, tools, and clothing. However, each recipe calls for its own specific building material. Stones. Stones are the most common material mined for rocks and are used in many recipes, most notably the stone axe. Tree branches. Branches can be found on the ground near trees or may fall out of any tree that you shake. If a tree drops a branch, you can shake the same tree numerous times to drop more branches. This can be handy if you're hunting for branches but don't want to risk a hornet's nest falling out from shaking several different trees. Weeds. Weeds are used in a small number of DIY recipes and are also slow to grow back, so maybe don't weed your whole island at once. Weeds can be useful for earning Nook Miles. Leaf, an occasional visitor to the island, loves buying weeds and will offer you 20 bells per clumps of weeds. Wood. There are 3 types of wood: regular wood, hardwood, and softwood. Wood is harvested with either the stone or metal axe, and each tree generates 3 types of woods. The tree will reset at the beginning of a new day. Wood is a valuable material for making DIY recipes and can be sold at the Nook's Cranny. Clay. Clay is harvested from hitting rocks with a shovel or an axe and can be used to make some DIY recipes. Junk. Sometimes when you're fishing, you might pull up an old tire, a used boot, or even a can. These items can be used in a limited number of DIY recipes or to attract flies. However, they will not be accepted as gifts by the other island residents. Gold nuggets. Gold nuggets are extremely rare and can be sold for bells. However, we recommend that you save them to craft golden tools once you have the recipes. Going off topic for just a second, balloons spawn every 5 minutes out at sea and then slowly float to shore. You can use the slingshot to shoot them down and receive a gift. There are 2 types of balloons. Red balloons drop bells and blue balloons drop DIY recipes. A good strategy for finding balloons is to set a 5-minute timer while you're playing. Once the timer goes off, run up and down your beaches to catch the balloon as it reaches the shore. Balloons are a great way to find recipes you might never otherwise get a chance to collect. Bamboo. Bamboo is harvested from bamboo trees, which are not native to your island, so keep an eye out for them when you go on mystery island tours. Iron. Iron is found by hitting rocks with a shovel or an axe, although it is much less common to find than stone or clay. Early on in the game, iron is needed to move forward, so make sure that you don't sell it. Since rocks are limited on the island and can only be mined once a day, you don't want to get caught without iron. Another option, use Nook Miles to purchase airline tickets to visit a randomly generated island and harvest iron from rocks you will find there. Plants. Plants can be picked up by simply pressing Y when next to them to collect the flowers. They can also be uprooted using the shovel and transplanted to other places. Moving plants. You can easily dig up a flower using the shovel. Stay on the lookout for new flower types when visiting other islands, by checking the sales at the Nook's Cranny or by looking at what Leaf has to offer. Growing plants. You can also grow your own flowers and trees by buying seeds and planting them in the ground. Flowers tend to grow after 3 to 5 days if watered once a day. Hybrid flowers. You can create your own hybrid flowers by taking the 2 plants that you want to crossbreed and planting them 1 square apart. Eventually, the plants will fill in the empty spaces with a hybrid flower type that you can't find anywhere else. An easy way to do this is to designate a 5x5 square space and create a checkerboard pattern. Start with the first plant, then leave an empty space, then the second plant and an empty space, and then you continue doing that. In the next row, start with an empty space, then the first plant, then an empty space, then a second plant. Basically, it's just a lot of work. This way, you are giving your plants the best opportunity to create hybrids. You can make this grid as big as you like and place fences between hybrid projects so there is no accidental cross-pollination. Don't run through your flowers though, it will wreck the petals. Shells. Shells can be sold or used in some DIY recipes. This is not a great resource to sell since the purchase price are relatively low and they take up a lot of space in your inventory. However, as they spawn quite frequently, they are a reliable source of bells. Star fragments. Both regular star fragments and large star fragments do not occur regularly and can only be collected during a meteor shower. Fruits, nuts, and wasps' nests. There are only several types of fruits and vegetables that you can collect in this game. However, only one type grows natively on your island. They are oranges, apples, cherries, coconuts, pears, peaches, acorns, pine cones, wasps' nests, and cherry blossoms. Don't worry, you can always transplant a tree from another island so that you can grow all types. It's worth your while because fruits that are not native to your island sell for a higher price. The best way to expand your fruit collection is to visit other islands. You can either do this randomly by buying Nook Miles tickets and visit randomly generated islands, or coordinating with your friends to see if they have the types of fruit trees that you are looking for. Selling fruit is a great source of income, but they can also be eaten to supercharge your character. Eating fruits allows you to perform feats of strength, such as digging up an entire tree or destroying rocks. If you've ever eaten fruit and want to turn off the supercharged effect, you can actually relieve yourself in the bathroom to reset your strength, and that is hilarious. Turnips. Turnips are different from fruit because they can't naturally be collected on this island. They can only be bought from Daisy May in bundles of 10 on Sundays before noon. Once the Nook's Cranny has been upgraded to become a standalone store outside of Tom Nook's building, you can check in every day to see what turnips are selling. They usually sell somewhere between 90 and 110 bells per bundle of 10. You can buy as many turnips as you would like, providing you have enough bells. If you don't sell your turnips before the following Sunday, they rot and lose their value. However, letting them rot on the ground attracts unique bugs such as ants and flies. Turnips can be stored in your house storage, but you can toss them on the floor if you want to free up inventory space. Turnips that are left outside can be picked up by visitors, so make sure to fence them in to make sure that they stay in your possession. You cannot sell turnips on Sundays. The Nook's Cranny changes its buy price for turnips twice a day at 5 a.m. and again at noon. A decent buy-in price for turnips is 200 bells for a bundle of 10. However, the price can be as high as 600 bells, so make sure you are constantly looking. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up and like, and yeah, I hope you learned a little bit about Animal Crossing, and I hope to see you soon. Bye guys!